Yawn?
It's bedtime. Yeah.
Okay, good night. Sleep
Good night.
tight. Don't let the ghouls and goblins bite.
That's more your problem than it is mine.
I remember
Nice.
this level is like fairly easy despite having the platforming, just because like the little platforms latch onto you.
Unlike every other platform that just like does not want you to land on it.
This is also some pretty sick music.
I can't hear it. Let me turn it up. As soon as I turned it up, I've just been greeted by the most sickening ghouls and ghosts atonal mess that I've heard in my life.
Like the second I said that, and the second you said I'm gonna turn it up, it instantly turned bad. Like I'm not even joking.
It went from a beautiful concerto to just trash.
It went from goblin music to ghoul music.
Goblin music is pretty awesome, I'll say that. You've heard some goblin music in your day.
Yeah. You have any examples of goblin music that you really enjoy?
But you know that one goblin metal band that we both know.
Oh yeah, the Spell Blast.
Yeah, Spell Blast.
Those
That's
guys
a
are
good
really
band.
good. Like it was
Yeah.
I don't even remember what their goblin song was called, but I remember they made like a fucking cowboy like remix of it called like Goblins in Deadwood, and that was fucking sick. Like,
yeah. There's also another metal band called Necrogoblicon, and I don't know if they're actually good or not, but they're very committed to the bit, and they have a goblin mascot on stage with them at all times. So I feel like that qualifies, because that's awesome.
I'm not a big fan of their stuff, except for the one song about a spider, but that's because it's kind of like bubbly and cringe and pop music.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
like,
I don't really know what their music sounds like, but
if there's one thing I have, it's bad taste in music.
that I can fucking agree on. We've spent hours documenting what used to be in your playlist and what still is, and just kind of psychoanalyzing the cringe of the music that you listen to.
Yeah, that whole fucking playlist is shit that I liked as a baby.
It's part Vocaloid, part creepypasta remix.
Only the Madame
part
Macabre ones. But you can't even fault me for that.
Part like crappy, like lo-fi hip hop beats. You know, it's all over the place. Nightcore, you know.
There was no Nightcore. You're not allowed to lie about that.
I don't know if there wasn't. I don't know if I.
There was no Nightcore. You're not allowed to lie about that. I'll defend myself on this hill. I'll die on the hill that Nightcore has always been terrible.
Nightcore is a touchy topic. And yeah, it is not very good. But sometimes it's funny.
Sometimes. There's a couple Nightcore songs that were really popular in like the early 2000s, and like you'll go back and watch those and they're like, yeah, this was 2000s, but it's not like, oh, I like this. This is good. This was like ahead of its time. It's like, this is terrible. I can't believe we used to like this.
Yeah.
But it's like a time capsule of what it was like to like live in the year 2000.
I fucking love the 2000s personally.
Yeah. Give me that fucking Y2K aesthetic, but like post Y2K.
The Y2K of today.
I want like a post 9/11, post Y2K aesthetic.
You want the aesthetic of people who yearn for the 2000s.
I want the aesthetic of the fucking like Skater Boy music video.
See, that's so interesting because that was the 2000s, but now it's been filtered through the lens of like our modern perception of it, so it's not the 2000s anymore. It's like a facsimile of the 2000s. Yeah, you just like the clothes mostly. I mean, the media too.
The vibes.
The optimism, I would say. You know, it's weird because I say the optimism, but at the same time, that's kind of when optimism started to die. And like 9/11 happened and stuff. So it's like, I don't know what optimism I'm talking about, but it still feels like it was a more honest, silly, optimistic time when celebrities wore bootcut jeans and shit and life was better, you know?
It was the time of grunge, wasn't it? Or was that more 90s?
That was more the 90s, yeah.
What about
but the
like
90s had a good music too.
I don't know. Like when I think 2000s, I think Spinesank's New Disease, like from the fucking snowboarding game.
That really bad commercial butt rock garbage.
Yeah.
That is definitely a very important part of the 2000s. So I agree with you in some respect.
I feel like we need to go back to the years of, like, Cartoon Network Real.
Yeah.
Because, like, cartoons are for babies and I'm an adult, but I still want to watch Cartoon Network.
We need to go back to the days of Disney Channel original movies.
I
You know?
fucking love Disney Channel original movies.
I do too.
We should
And
watch
don't always
Zombies
have to see
again.
one. See, that is why I fucking said that, because I knew you were about to say zombies. I'm more on the side of like Camp Rock.
I've never
That's
seen
the-
Camp Rock, but I'll watch fucking Zombies 5 million times in a row. You can't stop me.
No, and I don't intend to. But Camp Rock to me is one of the funniest, dumbest, most feel-good movies ever. It's a pure comfort movie because it's so dumb and so funny.
Like, I know
And
it was...
I like the musical too. Classic.
Yeah. Like, I know this was, like, Nickelodeon, but it had, like, the same feel as that, like, era of live-action fucking Disney made-for-TV movies and shows. But, like, as a child, I was, like, absolutely obsessed with, like, H2O Mermaids. I've seen, like, literally every episode of, like, every series, including the spin-offs.
And that is part of that same aesthetic. It's very much within the same realm as Camp Rock.
Yeah. Do you think it would be socially acceptable to go back and watch H2O Mermaids now that I'm a fucking grown-ass woman?
You have to do it in private, because it's really not socially acceptable, but there's also nothing inherently wrong with enjoying it, I would say.
Maybe we should watch H2O Mermaids.
We watched like an episode of it, and I don't remember being particularly gripped by it.
I don't know, maybe you just have to have, like, woman brain.
Yeah.
You have to be the teen girl to get it.
I need something with skeletons and monster trucks and camouflage decals.
It is insane how all of my life I've always had the fucking personality of, like, a fucking mean teenage girl.
Like the trope of the evil stepsister.
Yeah.
Always.
Like, you think I'd have, like, some type of character development or, like, anything.
You're consistent, and that, you know, that stands for something.
Yeah. Because, like, even now, my taste in media is all, like, garbage aimed at, like, older teen girls.
It's unchanged. You still consume shoujo religiously. You're just a fujoshi to the core.
I'm trying to think if I've watched any, like, shoujo lately, but I just don't care about anime that much.
Yeah. I can't say that I have watched any anime in a very long time either, honestly.
Oh, we're activating Mode 7 now.
Oh, this is gonna make me fucking sick. Jesus Christ. This is horrific.
Oh.
Ah!
That's an object that exists. What was the last anime you watched?
I'm trying to remember, and I don't really recall.
I know JoJo Part 6 was out, like, it's, like, completed, and now they're finally
That's
working on,
cool.
like, Part 7, but
I
I've
never
not
watched the
it
Part
yet.
6 anime. I feel like a lot of people didn't watch it because the fact that they released it all at once on Netflix, it almost, like, killed the anticipation of it.
I think it was more so like, oh, all of it's out at once, we can watch it all whenever I feel like it.
That too, yeah.
Which
There's no
means that I'll
pressure to
never watch it.
Exactly. Like, I think that was a
Oh.
fucking bad move on their part. Like, it's bad marketing to release it all at once.
Yeah, like, I ain't got, like, if I'm gonna watch something, I'm gonna watch all of it. And I ain't got time to sit through, like, fucking 50 episodes of JoJo's in one sitting.
Right, so feeding it piecemeal is way smarter, because then you'll just watch whatever's out.
Oh.
I mean, I like Jolene as a character and everything. I also, though, I don't feel like the art style that they went with for Part 6 is, like, different enough from the Part 5 art style. So it's kind of boring, in a way, but the character designs are still really cool.
I don't know, we could rank our JoJo's.
We could do that, because that's very easy for me to do. I have strong opinions on these matters.
You're watching Cartoon Network. I'm Andrew WK. This is a visual aid